Have you ever had a female friend who was complaining about a guy that they were clearly fucking? And I say this because you most likely have a female friend. And she most likely tells you about this because you are feminine. You are seen as just a friend. And in most cases, you don't want to be just a friend. Right? You want to do more, but you're not. You're just a friend in the friend zone. You're stuck in the friend zone. And she's complaining about this guy, he's doing this to me, he's ignoring me, he's avoiding me, he's not praising me enough. And then you're thinking in your mind, I do that. I can be that guy. And then maybe you've also heard from other people who say, yeah, that guy's an asshole. And then you're thinking, why the hell is she still with him? Why the hell is she attracted to him? I'm such a nice guy. I do all these things for you. I praise you. I don't avoid you. I don't irritate you. And yet she still fucks that guy. She still has hot, passionate sex with that guy. First of all, this behavior of yours is nice guy territory. You are being a complete nice guy. And I hope you've seen that with this made-up fiction example. And I certainly was a nice guy. I've certainly had times where I wanted to get close to a girl first before I made any moves with her, right? I wanted to build up some rapport, Except building up rapport would take weeks and weeks and months, and I would never make a single move on her. And you know what ended up happening? She didn't give me any thoughts. She didn't even think about me as a potential mate. So what ended up happening was I was a fucking pussy. And or I was an emotional tampon to her. And so do you really want this? Do you really want to be the guy who's listening to her complain about the guy she fucks? Or do you want to be the guy that she fucks? I'd say for almost every guy, it's be the latter. We all want to have sex. We're horny as fuck. That's who we are. And I see a lot of guys, and I've certainly had this phase, where I just think that, I don't need a woman. Fuck that. I don't need sex. I don't need that. But that's not true. I was coping. The truth was, I really wanted a woman. I really wanted someone, but I couldn't get anyone. And that hurt so much more. It hurt so much more than just saying, I'm just not going to get a girlfriend. I'm just not going to get a woman. And that was easier to bear than acknowledging the fact that I desperately wanted women, but I couldn't get any. It was so much harder to admit that. Anyway, that guy might just be a masculine man. For all we know, he might just be a masculine man. A masculine man being someone who is unwilling to bend to her. Someone who is her rock. Someone who is focused on his mission instead of her. And literally every masculine man in the modern age that I kind of know of is labeled as an asshole. And it's seen as very normal to do so. Every single masculine man, he's an asshole, he's an asshole, he's an asshole. They're all assholes. But that's not true. It just can't be. Because everyone cannot be an asshole. Or so you would think. But no. I don't believe that every single masculine man is an asshole. Most are just misunderstood. And the thing is with assholes, the assholes that women are attracted to engage all of her emotions. They irritate her. They anger her at times. They scare her. It's because of this that she is attracted to him. Unlike you as a nice guy, you only want her to feel comfort, you only want her to feel happy, but it never works. It never works that way. It's always the guy who makes her irritated, who scares her, who angers her, and that's what you hear. But you never hear about the times where they're passionately in love. You never hear about the times where they're ecstatic. You never hear about the times where they are laughing harder than they ever did. You don't really hear about those times. But it's because of all of these emotions that she feels that she is attracted to it. On another note, very rarely there are these dark triad men. And what is the dark triad? It is someone who has these personality traits. So narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. These three traits that make up the dark triad. And the thing is, these traits disguise themselves as confidence and other extremely attractive qualities to women. And so maybe you've heard about narcissism. It displays itself as self-adoration, selfishness, and thinking about oneself, and usually an inflated ego, which disguises itself as confidence. And then the second one is Machiavellianism, which is basically doing anything to get to a goal. But with Machiavellianism, it's in a negative light. It's doing anything and absolutely everything to gain more power, to gain more money, to gain more status, whatever. And this gives off ambition and unwavering traits. And women really like that. And finally, the third, psychopathy. It's shown through antisocial behavior and just in general not feeling many emotions. And what's attractive about this is that many people who have psychopathy are very cool under high duress and high pressure situations. And that to a woman is extremely attractive because it means that that person who is cool, is calm, makes her feel safe. And in addition, people who have psychopathy usually are more charming because they need to sort of learn to be more human in a way. And so they become better. And it's like, you and I usually don't need to think too much about our emotions and how to engage them in other people. But if you didn't know how to do that, you would need to practice and learn until you got a formula, until you could say something and for sure know how the other person would react to it. And that's how charming psychopaths work. And under a veil, these traits can be disguised as extremely attractive qualities that a man can have. And therefore many assholes could exhibit these dark triad traits. The narcissism, the Machiavellianism, and the psychopathy. One possible example you could think of is the stereotypical football captain, who thinks of only himself, who strives to be the best, and who is charming but doesn't really care about anyone else. And so from this, we can learn how to be more attractive, even if we don't have the dark triad personalities. And really, we shouldn't strive to have them. It's not good to be narcissistic. It's not healthy to yourself or to other people. It's not good to be Machiavellianistic. It's not good to be psychopathic. These are not good traits to have. But we can develop the qualities that are disguised under these, such as confidence. And confidence is the most attractive quality a man can have. To be unwavering, to be cool under pressure, to have ambition, and to be charming. These are all qualities that are very attractive to women. And like I said, you don't want to develop the dark triad. Develop these traits that women perceive as extremely attractive, but don't develop the dark triad personality.